Oh, this is like coupon there.
I remember the delay too.
Right. See some people saying shows that YouTube playback, no video. One second, everybody.
Did you click stream on YouTube when you set up the webinar?
See how there's on YouTube.
There it is.
How can you? How's it hearing? See how there's on YouTube.
There
How can you? How's it hearing?
Sounds good? Yeah.
Sounds good, but is it lagging? 1 second, guys.
People are typing on here, so
Yeah.
just say on Webinar Jam to go to YouTube. Click the link that says "Go watch on YouTube."
Someone says it looks like it's lagging. So listen, there.
Or it's delayed too. So they said audio sounds legit. Now it works.
Is everything looking good, guys? Let us know. How's it look on there in terms of video quality? I just want you guys to know that you're watching this. We were gonna do like a normal video, front camera, but we decided we want to make sure it's high quality, make sure that you guys are obviously getting the best video quality that you can, and the best audio quality. So, and we just kind of picked up some new equipment, so we're setting that up. So sorry if there is any lags right now. We're gonna fix it while we're on here. But obviously, after this, everything was gonna go smooth. Where you guys coming from? Go ahead and comment. Where you guys coming from? Let me know.
JJ, it's like, can you hold up? My Postmates is just getting here.
Let's see. Check the audio one more time.
Yeah.
Well, let me know.
JJ, it's like,
oh, that's pretty good.
My Postmates is just getting here.
All right, looks like we're doing good, right? Everyone says it's going great. All right, cool. Go ahead. Hang on. Well, they're tuning in. See where they're coming from.
Yeah, let's see. All right, we got Roman, San Diego, India, Riverside, Switzerland, Chicago, North Carolina, Anaheim, Anthony from Philly.
I'll turn down a little bit. I was going to echo.
We got people from all over the world here.
That's awesome.
Harlem, Nashville, Dallas.
How old are you guys, and what are you currently doing for business, for a job? Are you in school? Go ahead and comment that. I want to get to know you guys a little bit.
$27. Restaurant bartender, digital marketer, Atlanta. We got some marketers, Shopify drop shipping, real estate, manager, social media marketing, tech, massage therapist, high school, tattoo artist,
Real estate, SMA.
We got people from doing all sorts. Pretty cool. All different ages too. Insurance broker, truck driver, club promoter.
No way, that's crazy.
commercial real estate, solar panels.
Man, we guys tuning in from
Photographer,
everywhere.
vacation rentals, utility skills, police officer, window cleaning. That's awesome.
I see some people commenting saying the video's lagging. It seems to be doing well. We're testing it on multiple different platforms. I think if it's lagging, it could be your Wi-Fi, it could be on your end. I recommend either lower the resolution a little bit, try to get into a room with maybe better Wi-Fi. Make sure as well, too, guys, this can go on for a pretty decent amount of time. So make sure you have your device plugged in that you're using. That way it doesn't die and crash on you. And then you're like, all frantic, trying to plug it back in, trying to get back on, and, figure out where we left off. So make sure you guys are ready. Make sure you guys have notes. Make sure you have paper. Comment right now if you already have a paper and you're ready to take notes.
Also, if for some reason you're still watching it on the Webinar Jam platform, click the link that says go to YouTube. People are saying that it's lagging on Webinar Jam, but YouTube is fine. So make sure you go over to YouTube to watch it. You'll still be able to chat inside of YouTube, so don't worry about it.
People, I think, are on YouTube. Oh, so crispy on
Just don't
Webinar Jam.
Just don't click it's feeding from YouTube.
Paper ready, paper ready, paper ready, paper ready. I'm ready. I'm hyped. This will be recorded, yes, but I recommend that you make sure you stay the entire time, or at least the most that you can, because we're going to be answering your guys' questions and interacting with you guys. It's cool seeing what all you guys do. Okay. Let's see. Got my phone charger real quick. Thanks. We just got done, guys, too. We just got done filming a podcast. I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with the Dropout Degree. It's a podcast that I started probably a bit over a year ago. We did a season one, put out a podcast for a few months, been busy traveling, working, and building businesses. But we just started season 2 of the Dropout Degree podcast. It's going to be people like me, pretty much giving you guys episodes of this is free content that will be able to help you guys get to that next level. And then as well as you guys obviously are going to be inside the inner circle listening to live calls, webinars, and, we're doing advanced, we're doing meetups. So we do a ton of stuff where this is actually more hands-on, directing it towards where you guys need to grow, where you guys need to be. So we're going to kind of break down. Someone says, where is Jeff? It's like lagging a little bit.
Yeah, mine froze. Yours froze.
Same.
I just killed my internet here.
All right. So
I think we have too many. Just watch it there. Turn that Wi-Fi off.
One sec, guys. Let's see. Can you guys still hear us? Is it lagging? Can you still hear us? Audio is good. Okay, 1 second. I think I just need to refeed the feed or whatever. Hey, Steven, we have a video frozen, but audio is solid.
Video's frozen, still good. There's nothing wrong over here.
1 second, guys. This is the problem you run into sometimes when you use super high quality stuff. Come on. All right. See you guys in the comments. Appreciate you guys. Just give me a minute real quick.
Stream health yellow.
Yeah.
What?
Click the quality thing. Okay,
It's already low.
Yeah.
Latency.
Can't really change any of that. Try reloading it.
No, I mean just keep going. Oh no, it's stuck, right?
Yeah.
Don't push the. Unmute it.
That's just for us.
Just
Right now.
phones.
1 second, guys. Move computer a little bit. Also this way. Just say reload it.
Yeah.
Sorry, streaming.
Close all that other shit though, like as much as you can on your computer. Everything's why you got GarageBand, all these things that take a bunch of power. Just quit everything.
Huh. Should I quit?
Everything but Chrome or wherever we're playing.
Safari is where I should like that. Okay. Got a little better.
Here, let me see this.
I'll just do it. 1 second, guys. Did that just re-upload? Just re-upload something.
Yeah, now it's working.
All right, there we go. Of course, the second Nick sits down, it works instantly.
Still frozen?
Now we're good to go now.
Oh, okay.
Josh decided to have every application on his entire computer up at one time. All right, I think we're good again. All right, back on. Everyone's saying way better. Video's clear again. All right, cool. Is it bad that I hope you fall during?
All right, cool. Looks like we're ready to go, guys. So first things first, we're going to kind of give you guys a rundown of what exactly is the inner circle, what exactly is the dropout degree. We know we talked about it inside the welcome video, but we're going to kind of give you guys a brief breakdown of exactly how it's going to work, how it's going to benefit you, why it's important for you guys to tune into these live calls, as well as consume the content that we put in the back office, and kind of introduce you guys to the team, to the squad, and kind of show you guys what to expect throughout this program. It's not a get rich quick. It's not something that's gonna you're gonna get results overnight. But I'm telling you guys, let us mentor you, let us help you, let us coach you, let us train you, and you're gonna see results. You're gonna get to the next level. You're gonna see progress.
Yeah. One of the things we plan on doing too throughout the dropout degree is having you guys submit, those of you that have existing businesses that are trying to figure out why your business won't go to the next level or what you can do to get it to the next level faster. We're going to have you guys submit, and randomly we're going to pick people. We're going to break down their business, see where their weak points are, see where they can strengthen things. And we'll do an analysis on your business, and we can be discretionary about it if it needs to be, but it'll be something that everyone will benefit, because a lot of you guys are in a lot of different industries. You're at a lot of different points in your business. And getting an outside perspective on it really can make a difference, because you're in it day to day. You're used to the day-to-day operations, and you don't see things that someone else coming in and looking at your business from a different perspective, especially sometimes when someone looks at it that's not in your industry itself, because there becomes norms for certain things in the industry. Then you can really get an outside perspective that can, make all the difference in your business.
Right. So, I like to say, perception is key. A lot of people, they think one certain way is right. One, this is this, one, this is that, but they're only seeing it from their own eyes. They might be only seeing it from a friend's own eyes, from a family member's own eyes. And you have to understand, everybody perceives things differently. The way I would describe this is probably completely different than the way that he would describe that. So what that means is that if you don't have other perspectives, you don't gather other evidence, you don't get more market research, you're not going to be able to grow with your business. So that's one of the things we're going to be doing, analyzing some of your guys' businesses, helping you guys get to that next level, as well as we're going to be sending you guys a link. This is kind of different from what we're talking about, but we're going to be sending you guys a link via email, chat, Facebook group tonight. And it's going to be a link to opt into the Facebook Messenger bot. Mm-hmm. So what that means is from now on, when we're gonna do random live feeds. We might do random meetups. Like we might go to LA and meet up with some of you guys if you're from there. We might meet up with you guys in Miami if we go out there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna send you a link. You're gonna click it. It's gonna make you log into your Facebook, and it's gonna automatically message you all the information you need for pretty much the eternity of you being inside the dropout degree inner circle. So if we're going to be going live, you'll get a notification, hey, going live now. So this is important because Facebook is obviously the best way to get notified. You get, mobile notifications, laptop notifications, and it's a lot more effective than, Telegram and Facebook group and et cetera. It's pretty much the best thing we can possibly get besides SMS. What else? Another thing that I want to talk about, We didn't even tell anybody yet. We didn't announce it on the social media yet, but we'll go ahead and let you guys know here first, is that we're going to be flying one of you guys out.
You didn't drop the bomb? You're going to drop it?
I gotta tell them. We're going to be flying one of you guys out. And if you're already out here, we'll come pick you up, maybe in a cool car or something like that. But one of you guys is going to come hang out with us. We're going to start off in LA. We're going to take a private jet to Las Vegas, right? Las Vegas, Nevada. We're going to take a private jet. You're going to spend an entire day with us. We might even do 2. We'll see how it goes. But for sure, one of you guys will come, hang out with us, take a private jet to Las Vegas. We're going to go stay at the Palms Penthouse. We're going to hang out, go out to eat, go play at Top Golf, go do, fun things. And we're going to mentor you in person, get to know you. We're going to film it all too. We're going to give you guys the footage. It's going to be a crazy, awesome experience. So expect within the next 30 days to 20 to 30 days for us to give you guys it's going to be kind of like a, what do you call it? Like a raffle?
Yeah, it's going to be like a raffle, but the way you're going to do it is basically we're going to drop a couple of questions to get you guys started, and you're basically going to film a 45-second to 60-second little clip of your answers to those questions, and that kind of gets you entered into the drawing. And then from there, we're going to pick somebody, and it's going to be pretty much the VIP treatment for about 48 hours. So if you live here, we'll pick you up. If you don't live here, we'll fly you out, and it's going to be a good time.
I'm telling you what, right now, it's going to be fun. I wish I had the opportunity to do something like that, like a couple of years ago when I was first getting started. If I could have went with the people I looked up to, the people I inspired to be like or learn from, and actually hang out with them in person, especially on a jet in Vegas and all that, I would have been super excited.
And this is something we would probably never ever sell. It's kind of one of those things that you can only win. And it was because you guys decided to get started first in the dropout degree. Mm-hmm. We want to do something cool, but we didn't want you to join just for a chance to win it. That's why it wasn't part of the landing page. It wasn't part of you getting started. It was never said. Now that you guys are in it, we're telling you about it because we didn't want you to just join hoping that you guys could win this free trip. We wanted it to be something cool that those of you that took action for a different reason, a reason to better yourself, just kind of had a little perk.
Right. So that's one of the things looking forward to. So if you want that to be you want to win, go ahead and comment right now. Say, I want to win. We'll go ahead and check out some of you guys' comments. Looks like a lot of people fired up. Yeah, somebody says it's about the time with you, not the trip. Exactly, 100%. You're going to learn more from us and get more value out of just being around our association than you will, but the jets and the nice cars and hanging out with us, penthouse, it's kind of a little perk. Let's see. All right, cool. Looks like everybody wants to win. Awesome. Jeff, you want to come and introduce yourself? Cool. So, should we go into a breakdown of how everything is going to work? In terms of, putting out content, receiving it, all that type of information, some of the things we're going to go over.
Yeah, let's just dive into it.
And also Q&A. You guys have questions, go ahead and drop them, and we'll answer them throughout this webinar.
And in the beginning of the webinar, let's kind of stick to how the program is going to work. And then maybe as we get into topics throughout this webinar, then we'll get into specifics. But basically, we kind of want to lay the foundation of what this is going to be. So as you guys know, there's a Telegram group, there's a Facebook group, and then there's an Instagram just for this program. And the reason for that is we wanted multiple ways for you guys to be able to connect with us, throughout the day, throughout the weeks, throughout the months. And right. So, if we have some free time and we happen to just hop on, Instagram Live, because that's a cool feature because you can bring people in and they can ask questions and be right there on the video. So that's why I have those things set up. But basically, the schedule of events is we feel that Saturday is probably going to be the best day for most of you to be able to get on this because a lot of you guys have jobs. We haven't nailed down a specific time on Saturday, probably early, late morning to early afternoon. And it's going to be it'd be the first and third week of the month is what we plan on doing, right? So the first Saturday, different,
we'll let you guys know. Maybe the second and fourth.
That way, you guys it's not every weekend. It's not at the end of the day, where you worked all day and, now you want to get on this live call. So it's on a Saturday, not too early, not too late. So your whole day is killed. But it'll be twice a month, basically.
And sometimes we might do it more, right? But we're guaranteeing that you at least twice a month. Sometimes we might bring in certain guest speakers. We might have something that we really want to share with you guys. We might have something really interesting that we want to, you know, show you guys. So we might do it more, but just expect at least 2 a month as well, guys. I see some of you guys commenting, you know, saying I haven't been accepted to the Instagram page yet. To get accepted to the Instagram page, because right now we're currently up to date, you have to send, you know, proof that you are inside of the program. So like the email that says, you know, hey,
take a screenshot of your receipt email and send it.
That's all you gotta do. Send it to the Instagram page, and then you'll be accepted immediately. All right. And again, that's gonna be cool because we're gonna go on Instagram. If you guys don't know how Instagram Live works, we'll go live. We can call you guys in. You can request to be in the live video. We'll do the things where you guys can ask questions. We'll go there and answer it. We're going to have pretty much all the exclusive content, really personal, not as planned, spontaneous content provided on that platform.
And we have a few other things planned. So we didn't want to say like, we're going to do this, do this, and like have it be so much that it's overwhelming for you guys, because there is a point where like, you know, it's overkill with like too much information. And I've said it before is, you know, how you have information paralysis. So you get so much info coming in, they don't take action on any of it. So we want to upload some basically we call them side hustles, ways to make money, you know, once to twice a month. So you have different ventures that are coming in. We're going to bring in guest speakers, you know, that are, you know, killing it in their industry. So it won't just be, you know, e-com or just personal branding. You know, there's a lot of different fields out there that you guys are interested in. We're going to have the business analysis. You know, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming in, a lot of different content so that you guys will be able to go through it and learn a whole lot in different avenues. And at the end of the day, business is business. So something may not directly relate to your business, but in a way, either the mentality behind it or the way something was done, you can learn a lot from.
What's going on, everyone? I'm glad to be here. I'm excited. I'm stoked for you all. I'm stoked to be doing this. If you guys see me look over here, it's because the chat's over here. What's up? Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure what you're just breaking down the
just kind of like what to expect. Yeah.
So the reason we started this, guys, is because it's not simply because of I think people need mentorship, because I feel like mentorship is not like the most honest thing. You know what I'm saying? The reason I say that is because a lot of people have this conception of mentorship where it's like everyone's going to hold my hand. You know, I need a mentor. I need to find someone that's going to show me how to become successful. In reality, that's not the truth. What you guys do get with this, though, is the ability to associate with me, the people I like to associate with, my mentors even, they're going to be on these calls. You get to associate with all these people who really just want to see you guys win and also provide the value that we wish we really had. And my vision for this program is not going to be, it's going to be a forever live call thing. You guys are kind of the pioneers of what I want to build. I want to turn this into like a schooling system that's for everyone, but you know, everyone needs it, but it's just not going to be as simple as like going to school. I want to build a curriculum where I could teach people how to go from, you know, whether you're making $0 a month, you can go to making $1,000 a month, you know, and from $1,000 a month, you can go to $10,000 a month, and $10,000 a month, you can go to $100,000 a month. And you guys see how that continues to grow. That's been my progression. Now I'm doing, you know, multiple 6 figures a month, hopefully hit that 7-figure a month thing soon. But the way to do that is constant growth, constant progression. And whether you guys are on here and you don't really want to be 7-figure earners, I mean, I hope you guys do. It's a lot of freedom in your life. It's a lot of bliss. But if you guys want to be athletes, you want to do anything, we're going to teach you guys a mindset that you need to succeed, the mindset that I've thankfully developed through a lot of different trials and errors and a lot of self-education. And I'm trying to avoid that exact step-by-step process with you, because when you go through the self-education where you figure out everything on your own, it takes a long time. There's a lot of heartbreak. And it's honestly just a big struggle. So I will say that hopefully we can ease this learning curve. We can, you know, show you guys just the lifestyle you guys could have and help point you in that right direction. It's not going to be something where I tell you guys X, Y, Z. This is going to be something where you guys communicate with us. You guys can be a part of us and, you know, be our students and just, you know, I've been selling training and business coaching for like 2 years now. And the cheapest thing I've ever done is $1,000. And that was one time. But yeah, besides that, I've done $1,500 to $2,500. Beyond that, it hasn't been worth my time. And with that, I feel like I can't reach half of, you know, you can't reach the entire world when you put a price point like that. I think you really need to put a lower price point for the people that say, hey, I'm not really interested in eBay specifically. I'm not really interested in Shopify. I'm not interested in an ATM business. I'm not interested in a specific business. I want to get in real estate, but I still want to win, right? I still want to succeed. I want to be an athlete. I still want to succeed. So all of this is applicable, right? If everyone if anyone's having issues, you guys just need to reload the page. That should fix it if you're on YouTube. And yeah, so let's jump into it. Specifically, I think the curriculum is going to be based off this. We're going to do a live call. Hopefully, the best part of this, like the best scenario, that best outcome we could do is a live call once a week like this, where we spend like at least 2 or 3 hours a day with you guys, breaking down what we think you need to go over for the week, stuff that we've been thinking on, things we've learned in the past, the things we think, right? The other half of live call is going to be question and answers, going to be business development, those type of things that are really going to help you accelerate. You might not be able to jump on and get your question answered this week, but you get to learn from other people who are in a similar situation, getting those same questions answered.
Right.
Beyond that, we're going to be producing videos for you guys. As you guys saw in your back office, you saw Nick had produced about 11 videos, or some number similar to that.
Something like that, yeah.
And those are just kind of a taste of what we're going to do. We're going to do like a lot more lifestyle in the thing. That's what we really want to do. I want to turn education into something fun again. For example, like sitting on this webinar for the next 2 hours is probably going to be pretty boring. You guys might be excited to learn from us, but in reality, sitting here watching us right now is a little boring. Right. I think the live calls will keep that boringness. But the curriculum that we're going to develop and the way we're going to teach you guys is, I think I need to put more of a lifestyle entertainment approach to it, where you guys can stay entertained on an hour-long video of information that really will change your life, but you can actually stay focused. I'm going to try to bring that level of production to this.
So don't expect everything to be super formal.
Yeah.
Us sitting down in a room with like crazy lighting and, dressed up. It's not going to be like that. We want to be very personal. We want you guys to actually feel like you're there with us, right? Yeah. And we want to be like, we are able to give out the best content. We're able to, operate at our highest level when we're comfortable too. So when we can be comfortable, when we kind of do what we want, when we can kind of have fun sharing you guys content, that's how you're going to get, one, the most, raw and pure form of content from us. And two, the most authentic and, I guess you could say fluid content, because we don't have to, we don't really have to think about a lot of stuff that we're telling you guys, because it's hardwired inside of our brains, and that's just kind of who we are. So we're just going to be able to spit it out, just like me and Jeff are having a normal conversation with each other. That's how it's going to be with you guys. But obviously, we're going to try to dive into a bit more detail and break it down in a way that's very simple for you guys to understand.
All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is we do have a little lesson plan for you today. I want to get into a little bit of a Q&A along with. I'll spend a little bit of time today, Q&A. And I want to know, not so much of a Q&A, but specific things you guys are struggling with right now. Because this live call is just the introduction. We're just getting involved. We're just getting involved with you guys. So let me know in the chat. I have my team looking at it, like 3 different people looking at the chat. So let me know in the chat things you're struggling with right now, things you need help with. And I'm talking about, don't ask like how to make money. I'm saying, give me the real stuff. Give me the real questions.
What do you think is holding you back? What do you think, if you were to learn, you can help you get to that next level of not just, your bank account, but your entire life?
Yeah.
You as a person.
I'm going to get a bunch of them. I'm going to have my team create a list real quick. And then what we'll do is we're going to have the team send me a list. I'll get into our own curriculum for the day. Today's kind of simple. Today's something I think a lot of people miss in life. I think it's a key to success. I think it's a key to happiness in life. I think it's a key to succeeding and getting what you want. And so I'm going to let all these pile in. If anyone needs a bathroom break, now's the time. If anyone wants to get a notepad because you don't have one, now is the time.
I'm going to read some of these for the replay just so we can see.
We'll make a list and then we'll just say them aloud.
Okay.
Yeah. See, it's simple. And please don't send a sentence. I can't answer a sentence. I can't, if it's like, how to start a business. It's like, we can go over that, but
it's very
give me the nitty gritties.
Blunt.
Like you asking for step 1, 2, 3 to start a business, or you asking what you need to do today, what you want to do for the first year. All of those things are different. You know what business idea it is? This is not going to be some generic stuff. I want to get deep into it. You guys have to ask yourself questions. The number one key to success in business is going to be problem solving. And in life, if you cannot solve your own problems, if you cannot push through these problems, you probably will not see much success. Because if you say, hey, I don't know how to start a business, and you don't solve that problem, and you don't work to solve that problem, you don't start asking yourself questions, it's going to hold you back.
Right. It was this one sentence, one letter, or one word stuff, guys, is not going to fly. You can't just put marketing. You can't just put crypto. You can't just put Facebook ads. We can talk about that stuff, but there's so much information that we can dive into, so many different categories. You guys got to be specific. Like, hey, I'm struggling to scale my business. I'm at 10 customers a day, and I really want to get to 12 or 15. We're an actual, brick and mortar business. People come in. The only traditional marketing we're doing is this, and we want to give us some detail, give us some background information. What is your actual problem? What is holding you back?
Some of these are actually really good, guys.
Another cool thing too, guys, that we're going to be doing inside of the inner circle is every month we're going to introduce you guys 1 or 2 different ways on how to make money or how to start a certain business. And we're going to be pulling from people. We have a ton of businesses and ideas ourselves that we're going to give you guys, things that we've done in the past, things that we're currently doing that we're going to share with you guys to help you level up, right? So we're going to give you guys that right off the back. And then we're also going to be bringing in experts from different industries that are also going to show you different ways how to make money. So it could be things like, for example, one of our clients right now that we're working with, we helped him scale his gym business from over 100K a year to now 300K a year. So, how to run a gym business, a personal training business, and how to use social media to scale it. One might be, how to start an automobile detailing business, maybe how to flip Instagram accounts and make money from the account and then sell shout outs and then sell the account for more. It can be how to do retail arbitrage, buying low and selling high. We're going to give you guys tons of different business ideas. Every single month, it could be 1 to 3 hour trainings, maybe more, right? But we're gonna give you guys ideas. We're gonna show you guys how to make money, and we're gonna, have advanced ones for those of you guys that have a lot more capital, right? Investing or flipping certain items that you need to have a lot of money to buy. And we'll also give you guys some for those of you guys that are not at that level yet, who do not have that much money yet, who maybe have less than $100,
Nick,
have less than $50,
are you writing some down?
and want to get to that next level. Copy paste.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
We probably export the whole chat.
So a few of you guys are asking questions similar to how do I start an eBay business? I want you guys to understand something. There will be a call dedicated and a video dedicated to each thing we go over. So we will go over eBay. We will teach you guys how to start an eBay business, the basics of it, if you would like to. But not everyone in this call would like to do that. And so that'll be more of a video segment. For example, starting up a Shopify store, that'll be a video segment. And, it'll be included. It's all good. But what I want you guys to focus on right now is the actual depth of becoming successful. Not, I'm struggling setting up Facebook ads. We will have a day we will go over ads. We will bring in someone that's a god at ads.
Right.
But today is not that day. So if you guys are struggling with simple questions like that, I would hold those to the next weeks, or whenever we can get an amazing ads guy in here, because I want to give you guys the best possible advice in that situation. So this is more of a general call. We will give you guys a schedule as well. Like, for example, in this week we're going to be going over Shopify. We have someone doing $7 million a month on Shopify. That's the type of stuff we're going to get into. So if you guys have Shopify questions or eBay questions, I would hold them. All right.
We're going into right now the actual type of stuff that is going to develop you as a person and develop you as an entrepreneur and a business owner, things that, can apply to multiple different businesses. A lot of you guys are looking for that one quick fix, that one thing that if you do, you're going to become rich. If I can learn how to run Shopify Facebook ads, I can be a millionaire. If I can just, figure out, what influencers to use, I can make money. We're going to go over that type of stuff, guys, but that is not going to create any real long-term success. Those businesses will not have any real longevity if you're not ready mentally. I like to say, you can't be successful until you develop into the person that can. And a lot of you guys right now are not necessarily, where you need to be to become that 6-figure business owner, that 7-figure business owner. If you're already a 6 or 7-figure business owner, 8-figure business owner, all right? So again, we want to go over the things that actually who you are as a person, who you are as an entrepreneur, the way you think, the way you operate, the things you do on a daily basis that actually because here's the thing, guys, success is a skill. Winning is a skill. The things like becoming, for example, I can go broke, Jeff can go broke, and in less than a year, we'll probably have another 6 or 7-figure business. And then if we can go broke again, and in less than a year, we can have another 6 or 7-figure business. There's skills that if you learn, you just can duplicate over and over and over and over and over, and you're always gonna be successful because you mastered those skills. So this call today, guys, is about mastering your skills. Because a lot of you guys haven't mastered those skills yet, which is why you're in the position where you are right now.
All right, I'm almost done.
I'm telling you guys, regardless, if you guys are, especially if you're above, let's say 18, you should have 5, 10K saved up. And if you don't, It's because there's certain things that you haven't done that made it that way. You know, whether it's you're not managing your finances right, whether it's your association of people is not, you know, giving you the correct information to level up, whether it's the way you're getting your information is not the right information, all right? So we want to help you guys develop skills because there's, you know, at certain ages in your life, you should have a lot of money saved up, especially for those of you guys who are 25 plus, 30 plus. If you guys don't have any money saved up, if you don't have any, you know, multiple sources of income, there's things you're doing that are wrong. So we want to help you guys, teach you guys, and show you guys the right things to do so that you can duplicate success and recreate success over and over and over and over, instead of just trying to learn this one magic skill and this one magic thing that's going to, you know, take you to financial freedom overnight, because that's not going to happen. See a lot of solid comments now. Looks like you guys are dropping a lot of solid comments. Good stuff.
All right, I think I got enough. I'm going to say we jump into the curriculum we created for today, and that's a simple thing I call momentum, all right? Most people know what momentum is. Momentum is the driving factor on, you know, if you look at the ocean, right? There's momentum in waves.
Right.
So the way the waves crash is the water creates momentum, right? Creates a current, whatever it is, and it pushes waves. Imagine your life's like that. Imagine your businesses are like that. It's the water, and what you need to do is be able to create momentum to move it to shore. All right? That's the simplest way I could put momentum. Now, I think the biggest flaw most people have in their lives, the biggest thing that most people struggle in is going to be learning how to control that momentum.
Right.
I think most of my money in my life, I can literally correlate with a perfect flow of momentum. And that's what I'm saying is I go on a blitz in the beginning. I go hard as living hell, right? And I push through, I keep going. And what that allows me to do is ride a wave of momentum into insane money. Now, what happens with most people is they'll catch a little bit of momentum, right? They'll make a couple $100s, a couple $1,000s, even $100,000 in a business. And this could be with any area of your life, you know, whether you're in sports or whatever, you'll catch a wave of momentum and you'll get really good fast. Or in business, like I said, you'll make a little bit of money fast and you'll catch that wave of momentum. And what most people fail to do is they let that momentum die. And what happens is results tend to terminate, right? They tend to diminish. And then from there, it's really hard to build another wave of momentum.
Belief level goes down, self-confidence goes down, the ability to think that you know what you're doing, you know, all of that kind of plays a role once you start losing momentum. So the key, though, to build momentum, to keep momentum, to sustain momentum and recreate it, because don't get us wrong, you know, there's going to be times when you don't have momentum. That shit happens. Is why it's called momentum. You can't go on an infinite roll of momentum until you die, right? You're going to have times where you're up. You're going to have times where you're down. You're going to have times where you're up. You're going to have times where you're down. So the goal, though, is to be able to learn how to recreate and reproduce that momentum. And that way you can and have it when you need it and when you want it, so you can actually see success.
So everyone that's in this call, I want you to let me know, like, if you guys feel like you have momentum or you're a dead stop or you're kind of dying from a momentum run or you're just starting to gain a little bit of momentum, let me know in the chat right now. Because then I'll get a feel for how the entire group is, and we can kind of pinpoint how to fix that, how to start momentum, how to finish momentum, how to start a second wave of momentum in a new business. Doesn't matter. A lot of people are saying, I have zero momentum right now, and that's fine. But you guys got to be honest. You guys got to be honest with us. You guys got to be honest with yourselves. Where are you at right now?
That's key. Self-awareness is key. You know, don't be one of those people who, you know, try to show your ego and I got momentum and I'm killing it when you know that you're actually really not. And things are really actually tough right now. Because if you're not honest with us, we can't help you. If you're not honest with yourself, you definitely are not going to be able to help yourself.
Hey, note for future lives, we need to put the TV like next to the camera so I don't have to look away.
Right, okay. I'll put something for this is right.
What, the light? Yeah. Just turn it down a little bit. So some people are saying they're at a dead stop. They have zero momentum. Some people are on a big wave, and some people feel like they're starting it, like I said.
If you guys are the ones who are commenting and saying that you have a ton of momentum right now, I want you to comment real quick and let us know why you think you have a ton of momentum. What is that momentum feeding from? What is it? Like, are you making a ton of money? Are you seeing massive growth? Why do you have momentum?
Christian, I'm going to teach you guys how to build momentum in this call, all right? I'm going to teach you guys the strategies I use when I feel like, hey, our current wave of momentum is dying. in our businesses. You know, whether, you know, some people have a $300,000 a month, right? Or like I just read a comment that said I had a $100,000 a month and then we just lost 30 grand and I felt a little down and now I just got to rebuild and get back to that month. You got to understand that there's steps to doing this. There's steps that I take. There's steps that almost every successful person in life takes. You got to realize that also life's not going to be all ups, and it's okay to have dead stop momentum right now. You know, you might have an all up the second you find out about internet businesses or online businesses. You might have an all out up your second or third year, but understand that you will have downs. Life is kind of like a roller coaster. It's going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. Right. But once you realize that and you understand that you can control your emotions and realize that's just waves of momentum coming and going, and the better you get at it, the longer you can sustain a wave to push you to that next income level, that push you to that next success level.
Reading some of the comments on here too.
Yeah. I just want to get everyone engaged right now. Everyone engaged. This is the first live call. The other ones, we're going to move faster. This is the slowest live call we're going to have in this program. This is the slowest. I'm going to, you know, kind of just read comments and everything, because soon we're going to have guest speakers, and I'm not going to sit here with a guest speaker that's worth almost, you know, $500 million. And you guys are, you know, I'm sitting here reading comments and stuff. So right now I'm getting to know you guys. I'm getting a feel for you guys. I'm going to start remembering names. I'm going to start knowing where you guys are at, what businesses you guys do. So right now it's kind of just a feeler time.
Let's see. Lost and trying to get it back. Not killing it yet, but I got momentum to help myself get out of debt. Had lots of momentum, then I got greedy and lost it. Focus on overthinking is something I struggle with.
So Josh, I want you to explain. I'm going to start with this. I'm going to show you guys a massive wave of momentum, right? Josh is my buddy, like my little brother to me. He's such a good friend. I met him about a year and a half ago, which was 6 months after he finished high school. He went to college for 6 months and then dropped out. In that time of those 6 months, I want you to give a little background on how you, number one, realized you want to do an internet business. Right. Number two, started building a wave of momentum, and then pushed it through to now, because I've only seen you lose momentum once and you rebuilt it in 1 month. Right. So I want you to kind of break down what you think first. I feel like a lot of these people on here so far are a little younger, and they can resonate with that. Right. I've been an entrepreneur for like 6 years now. I started when I was 17. I got kicked out of my house at 13. I don't really talk about this too much. You know, it's just kind of the reality I had to go through. I had to understand that I wasn't going to get a helping hand in my life. That's one thing that was big for me. A big key to my success was I was never going to get a helping hand. I had no one to pay my college, which is why I didn't go. I had nobody to buy me my first car. So a lot of you guys are in a better situation than me, and some of you guys were in a worse back then. But this guy just did it. You know, he just dropped out of college. He's built, honestly, in the last year, a 7-figure business, which is insane at 19, because 19 I had nothing. So explain to them the exact steps you took. And I'm not saying, you know, you wake up at 6 a.m., but I'm saying, what did you find that helped you on this journey when it came to momentum? Right. So first things first, guys. Like Jeff said, you know, was in high school, 6 months after, you know, being out of high school, had a business that was doing over $10,000 a month. And I quickly scaled, literally like doubling, tripling, quadrupling my months, like month after month after month. The momentum I had that was crazy. About 6 months in. So to give you guys a little rundown, I'll tell you the story first of kind of how my process went. And then I'll just tell you the stories of where my thought process was behind it and what I was doing behind it. So it all kind of makes sense. So first things first was, started a business. I first was making, I think my first month online, I made $80. Then it was $730, and then it was like $2,000, $4,000, and then I jumped to like 10 grand in a single month. Each month I was making a little bit more than I did the last month. And one, I was working my ass off, but I saw what was possible. I knew what was possible the entire time. I think one of the big things is a lot of people have a limiting belief, right? A limiting belief system where they don't actually think it's possible. So I knew it was possible. Once I made my first sell online, I was like, well, if I did it once, I can do it twice. If I can do it twice, why can't I do it 10 times? Why can't I do it 1,000 times? So I knew that it was possible, right? I just knew I had to figure out ways to bring in bigger numbers. What business you started? Affiliate marketing, Shopify, print on demand, right? So, and I was also being like an affiliate for like software companies, like funnels and stuff similar to ClickFunnels. You also were doing, when I met you, you were running also a development business. Yeah, I also had a like social media agency as well as a software company, like managing and helping people grow their Instagrams. I had a lot of different side hustles, a lot of different side businesses. And it took me a lot of trial and error to get to where I am today and figure out what exactly I wanted to run with. But every business I did, I found a way to quickly scale.
And then a lot of the businesses that I got involved with, like kind of because of that business, took me down this road to this business. And I was like, okay, this is kind of where I want to go with this. So we kind of like evolved.
Eventually, you kind of just grew into a personal brand.
Right, 100%. So long story short, within 4 or 5 months, I made my first $30,000 month, and that's when I decided to drop out of school. But at that time, then I had one of my merchant accounts get pretty much shut down, and I went from literally $30,000 a month, thinking I'm all that, spending money, to literally like almost broke overnight.
Yeah.
And I was frustrated.
You're 18, so
yeah, and I was 18. And so I was still like, I was kind of confused. I was like, is this the end all be all? Or like, what do I need to do? But I knew that if I'd done it before, I can do it again. I was super frustrated. I felt like I was in a slump. I felt like I was stuck, but I knew that I can't let that hold me back. I think the problem is a lot of people today is they get stuck, they get lost, they get confused, they get in a slump, and they just like let off the gas completely. So how I am, I like to move very fast, right? Because I need to adapt to the market. At that point,
someone told me one time, success loves speed.
Yes.
And that's true.
Yeah.
To an extent. It doesn't mean success is going to come from speed always.
Right.
But I said success loves speed. There's a philosophy that to launch a business, to do anything, you literally have to imagine you're a plane, right? A plane does not go 20% throttle to lift off. A plane goes 100% throttle, and then once it's in the air, it lifts off to 40, 30%, whatever the exact ratio is. Mm-hmm. I'm not a plane engineer. But what I will say is, when you see someone like Josh who says, hey, I started off, I didn't make much money my first month. I made $80. That's a small sip of momentum. All right.
It got me fired up. It's the most money. Like I probably had like $200 to my name, dude. And so for me and at this time when I first made my $80, I already invested $300 into the business.
Right.
So I'm still down. I still haven't made any money, but I knew it was possible. I started to increase my belief level. I think that was the biggest thing for me, was that because I was making slow progress, but it was still progress, my belief level always kept raising. I see a lot of people today and they're like, dude, I worked so hard this month, spent $1,000 on ads, and I only made $200. I'm like, dude, fucking congrats. But they're like complaining because they
learned how to generate $1. Maybe It wasn't at the ratio they wanted, but they learned how to generate $1.
Right. And that's key, because I think a lot of people, they see, and what you guys have to first also stop doing is stop comparing your like results to somebody else's results to dictate if you're doing technically where you need to do. I see some people, they're like, dude, well, I saw this guy made 10,000 his first month and I did 200. Maybe it's not for me.
Well, that's the issue with social media now. I think everyone wants results way too fast. And I think everyone on this call, I do want to share some information with you. Do not expect to make $100,000 in the next 6 months, unless you already are at that level where we can develop you into that.
Right.
Expect realistic results. I'm going to give you my story. Josh, he started seeing results instantly. When I got into entrepreneurship, it took me, how long did it take you to make your first $100,000 profit, Josh?
$100,000.
Probably like a year and a half.
Yeah, about a little bit over a year.
And since then, it's just been an explosion.
Yeah, I've had literally months where I doubled my income, then tripled my income. Like, it's been nuts.
So,
I made more in a single day this year than I did my first 2 years.
No, your whole life.
No, not my whole life.
Before this. Okay, so let's break this down. To start and get momentum, the first thing you have to do is jumpstart yourself somehow. Now, getting your first little bit of momentum is going to be the hardest part, always in life. So if you guys are, feeling down, you guys are feeling depressed, you guys are not making any money online, this is when I'm talking to you. If you're making $5 plus online right now, you guys are somehow generating a penny, doing something correct, this is not for you. But if right now you guys are, figuring things out, you have no idea what business you want to launch, you have no idea where to start, because honestly, this entrepreneur universe is just so vast. Like there's so much information, there's so many people to listen to that there's no way for you to accurately just pick a path. So what I'm going to tell you is this: the first thing you guys need to do is learn to create momentum. You're going to have to learn how to win. All right, that's literally step one. So how do you win in life? How do you win in business? How do you win in general? Winning is not something that happens. Winning is a skill. And I can honestly say that. I'm going to give you guys a story. I just talked about this on the podcast we did. I want to go more in depth to you. I started jiu-jitsu when I was 16. So Brazilian jiu-jitsu, it's a competitive grappling sport, and it's super technical, super skill-based. And I was really good naturally at it. I mean, I did great. I won my first couple tournaments in my first year of training. And then I got into a more advanced division, and I just started getting third and fourth and fifth place all of the time. I was losing a lot and I was doing okay. I had the skill. I had the potential to be better. And I know you all have that same feeling where it's like, I'm good, but I'm just not good enough to make, X amount of money. Now, noted in entrepreneurship, there is no podium, right? There's no podium to, there's no first place winner. You can't be like Elon Musk gets the first place medal, right? There's none of that in entrepreneurship. What you do is you create your own trophies. You create your own podium. You do all of that on your own. Now, I had to learn how to win. And how I did that was a couple steps. When I was losing and I was decent, I had potential. I was training 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day. But that's because I had natural skill. I only had to train that much to get better than the people in my gym. I was only training 2 hours a day. My head wasn't in the game 24/7. Obviously, I was 16. I'm in school currently. I'm dealing with classes. I'm dealing with, for just being honest, I'm dealing with girlfriends. I'm dealing with friends. I'm dealing with family bullshit. And my head wasn't in the game. So if your guys' head's not in the game fully, you guys are dealing with all these distractions, understand that how are you going to build a wave of momentum? How are you going to jumpstart your life? Like a car, how are you going to jumpstart it and get the engine running?
Right.
If you are distracted in 19 different ways. So what I did was when I started realizing I actually had the skill, I just had to do more. I had to find people better to be around. I had to find mentors. I had to put myself in a more success support group. What I did is I ended up dropping out of high school. Now, I'm not telling you guys to drop out of high school if you're in high school. I'm not trying to tell you to drop out of college. This was my path. This is what I wanted to do. I dropped out of college. I moved out of my sister's house because I'd already gotten kicked out of my parents' house. She didn't care. I went and got an apartment for $300 a month. I got a part-time job, and then I eventually replaced that with selling on eBay a little bit. And from there, I joined literally the best people I could in jiu-jitsu. I found the best mentors, right? I found people that were willing to invest their time into me, just like we are for you guys right now on this call. And I found a better training group, and I also changed my schedule and I changed my work ethic. So let me put this in perspective from you. I went from training 2 hours a day to training 10 hours a day at 17 years old, 16 and a half. If you understand that, I'm literally working my ass off. I'm sweating, bleeding all day.
There's no time. When he put in this grind, when he put in this hustle, there's literally no time
for anything.
No distractions. He had a laser focus. A lot of people think they're focused because they put in an hour a day, and during that hour they're focused. He literally had laser fucking focus, like nothing else mattered. He only seen straight tunnel vision, guys. Tunnel vision. A lot of you guys, man, you want to be successful. You're like telling us, you're messaging us, saying I want it bad. I want it more than anybody. But then you're like, your friend hits you up like, hey, man, let's go smoke. You're like, all right, I'm down, bro. I'll just work on this tomorrow. Or your girlfriend's like, hey, let's go on a date. And you know you had to work on your fucking business, but you're like, okay.
Not even have to. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Like, if you want a successful life, you need to work on your business. You need to work on yourself, right? And so when I moved out and I got rid of all my distractions, I stopped caring about everything. I started to hit this wave of momentum in jiu-jitsu. And I'll tell you where I lost the same wave as well in a bit. I started to hit this wave of momentum in jiu-jitsu where I won one tournament. So I trained for 6 months and I just grinded for 10 hours a day. I listened, right? I didn't talk. I have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So I listened to in jiu-jitsu, not called mentors, they're called professors. I listened to my professors. I listened to my teammates that were better than me. I trained my ass off. I did everything I was supposed to do, everything they told me to do, step by step. And I got into the next tournament I did. I literally submitted everyone in 15 seconds.
Right.
Like just destroyed everyone, like 10 opponents. And I went on with that wave of momentum, only losing like once in the entire year, hundreds of fights, slaying everyone, submitting everyone. I probably only won by points. If you guys know jiu-jitsu, it's like winning by points. Like it's a drawn out fight and it's a referee decision based on points, not a submission, not a tap out. And I only lost by points a couple times. So what I'm saying here is, if you guys want to catch a wave of momentum that strong, where you become a known name somewhere, if you become something to nothing in a year, for example, Nick, most of you guys don't know who he is. You guys joined the inner circle. You saw 11 videos in the back office, plus the welcome video from Josh and us, and you saw Nick. Most of you guys probably don't know who he is. I watched that guy go from driving a Hyundai, living in a small, like 500 square foot apartment with his fiance in LA, to a BMW i8, making
go up like this.
Yeah, making well over 6 figures, like well over it. And moved into a penthouse and now travels the world. He's getting married in Paris in a couple months. It's crazy to see a transformation like that, but it was the exact same steps I took. What he did, he cut out the distractions from his businesses that weren't performing, and he followed my steps, my process I gave him. I said, yo, you're going to do this, and you do this many hours a day, and you're going to do this many hours a day, and you're going to follow my footsteps, cut the learning curve, and cut out all distractions. He stopped hanging out with his older friends, his friends that were from, he's an ex-Army veteran, and he stopped hanging out with those guys. He started hanging around entrepreneurs. I started bringing him to parties, for example. And you guys can do this with the same information I'm giving you here, all right? And you guys can understand that the step-by-step process really works. What works is going all in. And that's how you build a massive wave of momentum. Now, I will say this. If you guys have a 9-to-5 right now and you guys can't work 10 hours a day, that's all right. I'm not saying you have to quit your job and you have to sacrifice everything. That works for some people. Some people have the ability to do that. For example, I was lucky enough to find rent for $300 a month where I could train 10 hours a day. And I had very little expenses. Like my expenses were like $1,000 a month. The coaches, the jiu-jitsu professors were letting me train for free. I was in a good situation to do that, go all in. But some people aren't. Some people are working. Some people are paying their family's bills. Some people have kids. You guys have to understand, you can do the same process. You can go all in, but set a time of the day to do it. For example, if you have 3 hours a day, right? If you have 3 hours a day free, you take care of your kids 3 hours a day, you go to work 10 hours a day because you commute, you have to do all of these different things. Take 3 hours a day and go all in. You might not have a wave of momentum that's unbelievably crazy, right? You really might not. But you will start to build a wave of momentum. You still might catch a giant wave. Life's crazy like that, all right? Now, let's talk into the downfall of momentum. So I caught this crazy wave of momentum for a year. So I've been training about 3 years at this point. I'm winning everything. And suddenly I got depressed. I started losing, not so much in tournaments, but I started losing to the people in the gym. I started getting mad. I started not liking what I was doing anymore. And still to this day, this was such an important lesson for me because I was so passionate about jiu-jitsu. That's what I thought I was going to do the rest of my life. And because I let myself stop growing, because I stopped training as hard as I did and sacrificing as much as I did in the beginning, I started plateauing. I started not appreciating the grind anymore. Right? Results come from the grind.
I think a lot of people, what it comes down to, because this correlates exactly to business. What this story is telling you, I need you guys to kind of also put it in a business perspective, is the exact same thing that happened to me when I went from 30K a month to almost losing everything. But I built it back and when I realized that, why did I run into these issues? Why did I start making less money? It was because I stopped doing the things that got me to where I am. And that's why I've seen people go from $100,000 in a month and lose it all the next month. Like we both seen that probably multiple times.
Nah, literally.
Like, you won't even believe how often that happens. Like a lot of you guys are like, oh, I'm making $100,000 a month. I'm sad. You won't believe how many times I've seen people make insane amounts of money. And just like that, it's gone. Just like that, they lose that stream of income and they're selling their things or doing this or doing that. And so what you guys have to understand is once you stop doing the things that got you to where you're at, well, you're going to start not getting results. But there's also a different thing too. For momentum to work, you also have to work. And what I mean by work is you have to be consistent. You have to put in the work every single day, but you also have to adapt. A lot of people think it's just okay to be consistent. You also have to adapt. So even though, Jet started losing momentum, he can still be training every single day. But if he's not fighting better people, if he's not working on new moves, if he's not doing new things, if he's not in the gym hitting new workouts to get stronger, then he ends up just consistently doing the same thing, which means he's going to start getting the same results. So if he adapts, he's going to start creating new results. He's going to start creating new higher levels. And it's the same thing with business. So for me, when I lost all my money, it was either adapt or die. So I adapted to the market and, quickly I was able to rebuild my income streams, rebuild my business, rebuild this, right? So a lot of you guys, you get stuck, you get, and you're like, I got no momentum, my momentum's dying. Well, it's because you haven't adapted. You're like, I've been working hard every day. I've been doing what they say. I've been doing this, I've been doing that. But are you actually changing? Or are you just going through the process? You're just going through a cycle.
So this is a comment at Kyle. If you don't think understanding and being self-aware of the fact that you need to run momentum to build a massive business or to become massively successful, you are clueless, buddy. I'm not going to put up with like your little negative attitude in this group. Not everyone wants to be a part of it. Not everyone wants to see your shit, man. But so at the end of the day, man, if you want to know more valuable shit, then I guess you can go find it from someone else that's probably not teaching it, because this is the foundations. Not everyone is making $10,000 a month right now. Not everyone in here is making $5,000 a month. And these are the foundations, I believe, when I'm a 7-figure earner and and I've made more money, and I've done more in my life than most people do by the time they're 50 or 60, and you're not willing to sit down and learn the foundations, I don't think you actually have it in you to be successful, nor do I care. So you could just leave the call and just message support. Don't really mind. I'm just going to be honest. I'm speaking to the people that actually want to learn, that actually want to just put aside their egos and stop using their mouth, for example, their hands on their keyboard.
A lot of people have really, really big egos with really tiny little bank accounts.
It's what it is. It is what it is. So, so yeah. All right. So now I'm telling you guys, I lost that massive wave of momentum. And instead of rebuilding it, instead of doing the exact thing I did to build it, right? This is the key to this philosophy. Instead of doing the exact same thing I did to build it, right? I was on the computer all the time. I was talking to girls again. I was literally playing video games. I was doing all those things while I was a pro jiu-jitsu athlete with a future ahead of me. And instead I was doing that, and I lost a wave of momentum, and I got depressed. And instead of figuring out that, hey, maybe those small actions that I wasn't doing in the beginning, right? The small things that were holding me back, the small things I was doing in a day, the things I was letting distract me from my actual goal. Instead, I got depressed, and instead of fixing it, I quit jiu-jitsu. To this day, I'm bummed about it, and I'd really love to go back. But my passion since then has changed from being a fighter to being an entrepreneur.
And on top of that, he took all those same skills, right? We said success is a skill. Winning is a skill. He took those skills, he took those lessons, those experiences, and he took that to his business. So there's a reason why Jeff was able to consistently win really fucking big, is because he just took those exact same skills and brought it over.
So how I launched my businesses, right? It's the same foundation. You're going to have to cut out everything. You have to cut out the distractions for at least an allocated time of the day, like 3, 4, 5 hours.
And during that time, you laser focus, tunnel vision. Nothing else matters. Social media goes down. You know, girlfriend don't matter. Boyfriend don't matter. Parents don't matter. Nothing matters besides what you're setting your goal for, whatever it is for your business that day.
It's funny because since I've been an entrepreneur, sorry, my dog's going crazy, guys. Since I've been an entrepreneur, I stopped caring about all the things that would have been distractions to me 4 or 3 years ago. I stopped caring about drama. Like if someone brings drama to my life, I'm like, yeah, I don't really care. You know, drama with family, I'm like, you guys, like, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to see you guys on the family vacation. I hang out with my mom and dad all the time, but I just don't do the drama. I don't deal with the fighting. I don't do any of that because I have to have laser focus to make power moves. You guys will not be able to make power moves in your life unless you have that focus, unless you have that drive, unless you have that wave of momentum. That I'm trying to teach you guys a philosophy of that. Yeah. Oh, Kyle. So I guess I misread your comment. Sorry, bud. I just don't want any negative energy in this group.
Still an important lesson, though.
No, it is. It really is. If this stuff is like the foundation of things, because, you know, for example, I can go from a $300,000 month to a $50,000 month, and I'm sitting there like I could be depressed about it, but I have to realize I have to be self-aware enough to say I just lost a wave of momentum. I just didn't do the things I did to make that $300,000 month, and we have to fix that.
Right.
So I have a bunch of topics. That's the first thing we're going to share with you guys. Like I said, this is just the introduction to this. We're going to get really in depth. I'm going to really teach you guys some serious things, very organized, and I'm really excited to do it. When did I set up a team? I was going to save questions for the end, but this is actually a good question. When did I set up a team? When you're on a heavy wave of momentum, you have to realize that you should be outsourcing. Right. So if you start making a decent amount of money, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month, you should be hiring people to do the simpler tasks so you can do the important tasks.
Because that's another way to lose momentum. So one of the ways that you can lose momentum
doing everything
is doing everything. So you're like, hey, this is where I first realized, this is where I almost lost momentum, but I was able to gain it because I was able to learn this very quickly. I was like, all right, I'm busting my ass. I'm putting in 10 hours a day. I'm making 30, 40, 50 grand a month. Then I was like, well, let me put in more hours. Let me do 12 hours a day. And all of a sudden I'm making 20,000 a month. I must need to work more. Let me try working 15 hours a day. I'm not sleeping. I'm starting to feel unhealthy. And like things are, cutting out everybody, not doing anything. And I'm still not making more money. And I was like, okay, what is wrong? Why am I not making more money when I'm putting in more hours, when I'm working harder, I'm adapting, I'm doing this? But what I didn't do was I forgot about the law of diminishing returns, where I'm starting to put in more effort but producing less results. It's kind of like ads. I could spend $500 on ads a day and make $10,000 a day. But if I do that for 2 or 3 years, I'm not going to make $10,000 a day every single day for 2 or 3 years. Market changes, things change, customers change, products change, marketing strategies change, right? So you have to realize once you get to a certain point of growth, right? And this is why it's very important to not just go out of your way. You know, when you first start making money, you just go and buy dumb shit. All right, everybody, when they first start making money, wants to go buy dumb shit. I really, really highly recommend. I did this especially for the first 2 years building my business.
Everyone did.
Everything I made though. So when I first I went on a little spree. I went dumb, but then I realized, hey, if I want to keep continuing to grow, I got to put money back into my business. That's it. So at one point, I was putting like 60-70% of everything I was making back into my business, where I wasn't actually making that much money, but I was scaling. So now today, I have a strong foundation. So what you guys got to realize is once you can reach that level of where you can't grow anymore, you feel like you're kind of being stuck, but like you're on a roll, you're on momentum, like you're making a lot of money, you're at that next level, it's 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month, whatever that next level is for you. You need to outsource. You need more tools, right? More leverage tools. So for example, now I can do multiple 6 figures in a month by working an
4
hour.
hours a day, maybe
If that, I could work literally maybe like 8 hours on one day and chill the rest of the week. Right. But my work now is a lot different.
So now back to that thing I said is an airplane for it to take off. You got to go 100%.
Right.
That throttle's on the thing. The engines are running. The whatever makes a plane fly is 100%. Now, once you have that business taken off and that wave of momentum's going, you can kind of chill out. You can kind of plateau a little bit. You can bring down your work ethic. And
right. The engine's not working as hard to continue coasting.
Yeah, to make that same amount of money. And that's how you guys will start to build multiple businesses. So now his business that's generating him $100,000 a week or whatever it is, he's now only spending 4 hours a week instead of 40 hours a week.
Before, I was on my computer. I was fulfilling orders. I was setting up funnels. I was doing this. I was doing that. Now I just hop on a few phone calls. Literally, I just hop on a few phone calls. And then I just check up on everything and make sure it works. And like, I'm able to make freaking what I've made, you know, my first whole entire year of business in a week.
Yeah.
Without that much work. But I'm still like, again, so it comes leverage tools. If I never decided to outsource, if I was scared to invest my money into a team and scared to invest my money into employees, scared to invest my money into training, events, whatever it was that, you know, made those differences in my business, then I wouldn't have got there. Right. I think a lot of people, they start making money and I don't want to spend it because like, you know, I never had this money before. I don't want to lose it. Right. So, but you have to be willing to do whatever it takes to gain more tools of leverage.
That was actually one of the questions. I know you didn't even see it, but it's, how to get out of that scarcity mindset.
Right.
I think that's something that really holds people back. The only thing you need to be scarce about is how you spend your time. And like the rest of it is abundance. There's almost infinite money out there. So if you guys think that you guys can't make $1 million, $1 million is a lot of money, that's what's going to start holding you back. Because honestly, there's just literally an infinite amount of money out there. It's just printed all day, every day. More money is being added to the marketplace every single day. So if you understand that you can just take a portion of it. All you guys got to do is figure out how to take, for example, you want to make $1 million, take $2 from 500,000 people and you have $1 million, right? It's a crazy concept. But by doing that, by understanding how money works, by understanding how momentum works, is how you guys will be able to create those crazy, crazy results. David has a good question. I'm in a career field that I hate, and the good money from it has me trapped. Should I change careers, make less money, but be happy and work on my businesses? No. The reason I say that is because, and the reason I say that, sorry guys, Postmates is calling. The reason I say that is because when you make more money, even if you're a little unhappy now, think about the long term. If you can make as much money, you can make double the amount of money. You can save double the amount of money in one job, and you're less happy, but you could do that for 5 years and then have enough money to survive for 5 years past that, or, you know, a couple of years while you're building online businesses or building a traditional business. It makes so much more sense in the long run. So if you're in a good situation now, but you're not that happy, you need to figure out why you're not that happy. And if it's only your job, you shouldn't only get fulfillment out of your work. You know, that's the truth.
I think I have to press 1.
For what?
Front desk.
No. Are you calling them back? All right. So let's jump into these questions. They're very good questions. I picked out a couple that I think will actually help the majority of people in here, and not just, you know, one person asking about Shopify or the 4 people that do Shopify in here. I'm not sure.
Right.
So number 1 says, I'm struggling. I've seen this question about 7 times now. I'm struggling with finding a business model I can stick to in order to achieve financial freedom. I'm only 21 and in college, so my time is very restricted. I want to go to 7 figures like you. Okay. So finding a business model that you like, it's something that you need to have 2 different perspectives on: your own skill set and what the market wants. Those are the first two things you need to do when picking a business model you want to launch. For example, if you are an introvert, you're probably better off doing something with ads, selling things online, e-commerce, and not trying to close big deals with people. If you're an extrovert and you're naturally good at talking to people, for me, I was an introvert. But if you're an extrovert, you might want to go into something similar like sales or or a business to business option like social media marketing. All of those are amazing options. I think the industry right now, I think everything I can name a bunch of businesses right now, and I think there's a market for them all right now. But the first thing you have to do is figure out your skill set. For me, might not seem like it, but I was a total introvert when I started business. I couldn't public speak. I couldn't talk to someone else while looking them in the eyes. And some people are going to relate to that in this chat.
I was the same way. When I first went up to public speak, I was shaking. Like I was trying to talk. I could barely speak in front of like 5 people. Now I can speak in front of 500, no problem. So what also you guys have to realize is if you want, so my key of advice, for people like that is like, look at your current skill set. What are you good at? All right. Get better at what you're already good at. Do something that already fits into where, that fits into your life, that fits into how your lifestyle is, but also practice a bit the other skill set because you can leverage your first skill set to help you with the second one. So for example, I got really good at making a lot of money online, right? I sucked at talking to people, but I got really good at making money online. So now I leveraged that skill set of making a lot of money online to get now paid to talk. I wasn't that good at talking at first, but nobody would ask me to talk in the first place if I wasn't that good at making money online. So you can use one skill set and leverage and still build it and still grow it because now I'm actually good at talking to people. So it's going to be something. It's going to be a process. Nobody's going to have that perfect thing that's just like boom, that's it, it's run and done. If you really want to scale, you really want to get to that next level, you got to be able to learn how to leverage things. That's the biggest thing with being an entrepreneur is leverage. So I would write that word down, leverage, learn it, understand it, right? That's going to be wait for the dog real quick. That's gonna be one of the biggest things for you guys to get to that next level is learning how to understand and use leverage to the maximum capacity that you actually can.
For sure. So about your business, first sit down, get a list, and I would write down 5-10 things that you are actually good at. If you cannot think of a single thing you're good at, I think you're being too hard at yourself. Everyone has skills. Everyone is born with a different personality, a different skill set, and I think you just need to really evaluate yourself. And if you don't know what you're good at, I would ask the people around you. And I wouldn't ask the people that are your direct family because they're going to be too nice. I would literally ask people that are friends of friends, what do you think my skills are good at? Be hard on yourself. Be willing to get judged to figure out what you're good at. For me, I was good with computers, right? I was good with kind of analytics in my mind. I was good at sitting on a computer for 8 hours to 10 hours. If you play video games for 12 hours a day, you probably can sit on a computer and make money for 12 hours a day. Some people need to be outside, need to talk to people. Understand that would be more suited for a real estate agent, or that's not specifically a business, but a profession. You have to understand that. That'd be more suited for a real estate investor or a real estate wholesaler
or an insurance broker.
So understand that you need to figure out exactly what your skills are if you can't find a business. All right. Boom. All right. That's the first question. Second question, how do we start networking with higher wealth individuals, people like yourself?
So I'll tell you guys actually real quick. There's 2 things, right? Number one, obviously you guys can go to networking events, right? But here's the thing. Until you actually see results, until you actually are somewhat of value, a lot of higher, successful people are not going to really want to talk to you, want to work with you, or want to do anything with you because you have no value to them. So unless they really see something in you that is actually truly, really different from most people, it's going to be tough for you guys. So honestly, I'm going to be dead honest to give you guys one answer. How do you network with people that are a lot more successful than you? And if you're talking about in-person networking, obviously that's different than, changing your law of association. Is going to be results. You have to create results. So for example, I remember I first reached out to Jeff when I literally had not that many followers. I messaged him on Instagram and I was like a nobody. And he literally left me on red. I found out about his social media way before we actually met. And he literally left me on red. We ended up meeting again, and we actually ended up meeting in person, I think 4 or 5 months later when I'm making $25,000.
You were a different person.
Yeah, I was making $25,000, $30,000 a month. Right. And so now I'm of value to be able to network. I'm worthy to be able to network, right? So at the time, there's no reason for Jeff to be like, hey, dude, what's up? Let's hang out. it was completely pointless for him. He was on a whole different level, a whole different wavelength where it just didn't make any sense. So if you guys want to actually change your network, the people you actually hang out with, you got to create results, which means you got to have that laser focus, which means you got to catch momentum, which means you got to bust your ass and actually become worthy of getting into that next network. Now, don't get that confused with changing your law of association. It's very easy to go out of your way if you're not there yet and still go meet successful people, still go ask questions to successful people, still get in, things like this, like the inner circle, get into masterminds, go to events, go to workshops, go to, you can still do that. That's still going to help you get to the next level. That's still going to help you change your network. But if you actually really want your law of association, like your friends group to be that next level, you have to get to the next level yourself first.
Okay. I think that was actually a solid answer. I've been saying that for years, if you really want to network with people that are better than you and you really want to increase your circle and you want to make a better group for yourself, you're going to have to become better. How do you become better? Well, you need to analyze people. You need to look at people that are in an industry that you want to be in, and you need to study them. You need to become a better version of yourself by emulating other people. You need to get better at your skills, perfect your craft. If you want to talk to people that are doing amazing numbers on eBay or amazing numbers on Shopify or Amazon, or people that are high wealth celebrities, you have to start climbing up that chain of skills where you have something to offer. Like, why does a celebrity need to talk to you? Why does a mentor want to hand his help out to you? But that's because they're going to see something in you, or they're going to see something they can take from you. Right. Either one of those is going to get you what you want, right? In the circle. Fixes for being unmotivated. Motivation is not something that stays around for a long time. I'll be honest.
I don't really believe in motivation.
Motivation is like a 24-hour thing, maybe 12 hours on certain occasions. And motivation is like bathing. You have to get it daily.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys something real quick. If you need motivation to get to that next level, it's going to be really tough for you, right? You can always do things to get motivated. You can listen to things to get motivated. Our goal, though, is not to motivate you guys. We want you guys to become disciplined, right? Because if you need to be motivated to work on your business 8 hours a day, it's going to be tough because work on your business 8 hours a day is something you need to do if you want to get to that next level. Right? So if you need to be motivated to do something you absolutely need to do, you're going to have problems, right? Think of it this way. You got to ask, deep down, what is your why? What is your burning desire? So for example, if somebody told me hey, look, if you don't work on your business 8 hours a day, your mom's going to die. I don't need to get motivated and listen to some pumped up music for me to be able to do that. My why is I need to save my mom's life. So my discipline is because obviously my desire for that to happen is going to be at an all-time high. There's nothing that is going to fuck it up. There's nothing that's going to, throw me off track. It gets done no matter what. I'm not going out. I'm not partying. I'm not hanging out with girls. This is my why. It's so strong that what I need to do gets done no matter what. You got to have discipline, guys. So you can get motivated. This can motivate you. That's not our goal, right? So, and obviously some things there's a difference between motivation and being inspired. Motivation, guys, is it's just it's not really real. You get all feeling all good, you get all feeling all pumped up, but I'd rather have us inspire you by showing you what's actually possible and teach you what you need to do to become disciplined to actually happen. So he says, how do you keep that why in your mind all the time?
So I think people are different. I don't think there's a cookie cutter approach to being motivated. For me, I don't have a why that's as strong as some people do. They're like, oh, I need to retire my mom. She's been working for 60 years. My parents handled their shit. And I'm kind of on my own, I'm doing my own thing. So for me, a why is different. For me, it's now a responsibility I set for myself, a level of, like Josh said, a discipline that I said, I'm just going to work every day until I get what I want. And what I want is financial freedom. I want to never worry about money. I want to just be able to take care of the people I want to take care of. I want to travel the world. Those type of things are more my why. I don't need to be motivated to say, for example, if I stopped working today, right? And, my money eventually ran out years down the line. You have to understand that I'm not going back to working a job and being miserable. That's something I just told myself. I said, I'm not doing it. So if you guys are willing to keep working that job and you're not that miserable with someone else controlling your time and someone else controlling how much money you earn and how many times a year you can travel and how many times a day you can go to the bathroom, if you have to get not okay with that. And once you're not okay with that, it's really easy to be motivated. It's really easy to work your ass off. It's really easy to desire to make a lot of money and build an online business and succeed. if you're okay with that because you're literally convinced that your time is worth $6 to $7 to $15 to $30 an hour, people are like, oh, I make $30 an hour. And people are like, that's great, man. I'm like, dude, you're telling me that if I offered you $30 for the next hour, you do whatever the fuck I say? Like no amount of money is worth an hour of my time to someone else. Nobody's going to buy me, right?
The way I kind of think about it too, you kind of reminded me, is you got to put your back against the wall. So what do I mean by put your back against the wall? Make sure you write this down. When you put your back against the wall, for example, let's say, there's a wall right here behind me and Jeff, right? And this wall right here, on the other side of this wall is working a 9 to 5, going to school, and getting a degree and trying to land a high paying job, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? Landing ourselves in hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of debt. And over here in front of us is, far, 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 far in front of us. It could be, 20 miles in front of us is the land of riches, time freedom, where we can do whatever we want. But in between this, land of riches and where me and Jeff currently are is, freaking monsters and traps and all this crazy stuff.
Monsters?
Something like that. Look, they get the point. So, but for us to get to that land of riches, it doesn't matter how scary this journey is. It doesn't matter how hard this journey looks like.
The shitty reality is more motivating than anything.
Right. But the back against the wall is we're putting ourselves in a position where we can't go backwards. It is impossible. This wall, and don't get me wrong, this wall is it's like a little mesh wall that we can just punch down. But that symbolizes in our brains how bad everything behind that wall is, where it doesn't really matter what obstacles, what happens, that we're going to find a way to make it to the end. So a lot of you guys don't put your back against the wall. You guys are just like, oh shit, is that the fucking boogeyman? Break down the wall. I'll just go back to working the job. I'll just go back to going to college. So you guys
There's my backup plan.
Yeah, you guys are okay.
Most people's backup plans, I could not live.
Right. So you guys are okay with living average lives. And if that's you, then all right, so be it. But you're not going to get to that next level. And, if you need motivation if you needed something at this wall saying like, hey, bro, don't do it. Like, today's a good day. Like, and to get you fired up to move forward, you're going to have a really tough time, going back. It's got to be inside your head. It's got to be discipline. It's got to be a mental barrier inside of your mind that says, hey, I cannot go back to doing this.
Okay, I want to make sure everyone understands so far what we've gone through. These are just some mindset foundations you guys have to have. You have to start building these tree in your head of success and whatnot. You put my phone back in? I don't know why it's unplugged.
Yeah.
Brad, kind of elaborate, give them maybe a different example. I see somebody saying, what does this mean? I see a few people burn the boats.
I feel like most people understand it. I'm honestly doing all of these things, and I'm not seeing success. Am I overthinking? Dude, I'm going to tell you something, bro. Just because you do the right things to shoot a basketball your first day, your first month, doesn't mean you're going to be good. It's reality. It's going to be time in. I told you guys, I did the right things for 2-3 years before I saw real results. Josh did it in 6 months. There's just a difference in people and skills and development. And you have to understand that there will be time you have to put in it, and it might not be the most glorious grind of your life. It might not be something that you love doing right now. But in 3 years, if you're a millionaire, because you did those things, you're going to look back and be so appreciative. So don't overthink it. Why do you need results today? For example, I look back and I love the fact that I had to go through so much to get to where I am, because it makes me appreciate it so much more. The people that got it easy, they don't care about it. It's irrelevant. So why are you trying to rush the grind? That's something you guys have to understand.
Right. There's no time limit, guys. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to this comment. It's kind of interesting. Somebody says, in 1519, Captain Hernan Cortez landed in Veracruz to begin his great conquest. Upon arriving, he gave the order to his men to burn the ships, meaning there's no going back now. That's pretty much a different way to say it. But what you guys need to understand is success, there's laws to success. There's universal principles. So, for example, I never even heard of that story in my life. You guys are saying burning boats, and I have no idea what you're talking about.
What?
But I
Really?
haven't heard it. Never heard of it. But yet I'm still able to explain my story and have a very similar concept because that's just what worked for me, which means that's a universal law of success, right? So once you guys understand all these universal laws of success and you understand these universal principles, right, the philosophies that we're talking about that we're going to be sharing with you guys in the inner circle, you're going to realize that, hey, I can actually get to the next level. I just got to do what they're doing.
Best way to set goals and crush them. So again, before I jump into these other questions, does everyone understand what I'm saying? Let me know if yes in the chat. I want to know you guys are all still here, paying attention, not wasting my time.
And also, too, guys, I know you guys are taking notes. Make sure that you actually like reread these notes. And honestly, my advice is, look, we're doing this, once every week and once every 2 weeks. This video, rewatch it, dude. Rewatch it 2 or 3 times over the next week. Like, actually,
if you need to.
Yeah, if you need to. But like, you gotta focus. The things that we talk about today, if you haven't mastered it, you need to master it, which means you need to continuously implement it and consciously make sure that you're doing it. Because a lot of people, they'll hear this today and they're going to be like, oh, this makes sense. I'm fired up. I'm inspired. The inner circle is worth everything already. But again, if you stop doing what we talked about in today's video in a fucking week, this is absolutely worthless to you. Like, the reason we're able to talk about this, we're able to rant about this, we're able to go on and on and on, is this is hardwired in our brain. It's not hardwired in your brain yet. And just because you heard it one time does not mean it's going to be hardwired, right? This is years and years and years and years of experiences of different, lessons from different mentors, and just so much stuff that makes it hardwired. Like, this is our beliefs. Like, you cannot argue with us about this. Like, for us, this is facts and this is how it is. This is how it has to be. So you guys need to develop that. And when you develop that, that's when you're going to start seeing progress, right? And so we'll obviously probably throughout the inner circle retouch up on points, remind you guys of things. But like, you have to take it into your own hands to make sure you're actually implementing this and executing on it, and catch yourself consciously when you fuck up. If you stop doing it, hey, that's not the way I should be thinking. I got to think like this. So make sure you guys are taking notes. And I personally encourage watching it multiple times. If you feel like you don't need to, don't do it. But personally, for me, when I was getting started and I was buying trainings and I was watching videos on how to get to the next level, I'd always learn the content. So I felt like I knew it well enough to go and explain it to other people and give other people different examples and different scenarios.
He said, I feel like I'm trying to make everything perfect and I'm just not taking action. Dude, I'll be honest, man, nothing is ever perfect the first few times you do it. Like I said, man, you go to the basketball court, you have the perfect shot, you probably miss. Because you just don't know the timings. You don't know the specifications. You don't know how much energy to put into your left and right calf, for example. Those are things that come with experience. And if you're not going to get any experience if you do nothing, right? Like the people that are like, yo, I've started 9 businesses. Well, you haven't been prepared to fail. Like, you have to be prepared to fail, because how do you get good at making shots in basketball?
It's practice.
Wait, no, shooting. You got to miss a lot.
Right.
Once you miss a lot, you're like, okay, I can't do that. And then you shoot again and you realize you did something else. You're like, I can't do that. You make one. You're like, okay, I did something right that time.
Try to duplicate it.
That's business. Mm-hmm. That is business. That is making money. That is happiness. That is everything. Literally realize, take as many failed shots as you can and realize why you failed each shot. And you'll go and you'll start making shots eventually. That's the law of the universe.
It's the same thing with like working out at the gym. You can be certified every personal training thing, every fitness thing, and you can know how to do every single workout. But if you don't get your hands dirty, if you don't get some blisters in your hands and, push some freaking iron, you're never, ever going to look fit. Like, it's just, you guys are just, and get me wrong, it's important to learn. It's important to get as much information as possible. But you can't like get stuck and just trying to learn and not doing anything. That doesn't make any logical sense. You got to get your fucking hands dirty, dude.
JJ, there's so many things I want to do. Listen, man, the man that chases 2 rabbits catches neither. I was told that saying when I was 18. I had no clue because I was trying to do this and do that, and I was trying to run a different business. I was trying to do MLM, and I was trying to do this, and I was trying to also make a marketing company, and nothing worked out. And when I made a lot of money, my first time is when I spent all of my energy, all of my waking thought processes, no more bullshit, no more dumb stuff. And I put all of my energy into e-commerce. When I did that, and I stopped worrying about everything else and all the other opportunities I could be potentially missing, I left MLM because I realized it's kind of a fraudulent industry. And that's just my opinion. If you're in it, it is what it is. Like, you just do your best, But I realized for myself it was fraudulent. I looked at people like dollar signs. I didn't respect people. I just wanted them to sign up. And if you don't know what that industry is, don't even worry about it. But once I quit that and I stopped listening to distractions over and over and over, and I stopped listening to all my old friends, for example, who are still in MLM and they're joining a new company and there's a new opportunity with so much money they're all going to make. And I just said, hey, I'm just going to do this one thing for a year. I feel like that's the number one way to make results. You put enough time in over a year, you're going to see those results. So if you feel like there's so many things distracting you, go back to that wave of momentum. How are you going to go and ride a wave of momentum to 6, 7 figures if you just can't cut out distractions? It's not reality.
It's not possible. Like this comment right here. Somebody says, knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is power. I like that. Let's see, what other comments or questions we have earlier?
I feel like we went over most of them. Best way to set goals and crush them. I feel like we went over it. You know, small goals, start winning. Daily routine. I'll be honest. Some people that are super successful have daily routines. Me, on the other hand, I never had one. I just woke up and I just realized what I needed to get done and I got it done. But if you work a job and you have responsibilities that, you know, my 20-year-old ass didn't have, for example, kids, for example, bills to pay, like serious bills where I could like get evicted and fuck my credit up, then you might need to start making a schedule until you can fix those smaller problems.
Me personally, when I went from my jump from like 5 figures to 6 figures a month, I did have a schedule. But me, it's because, again, you have to be self-aware who you are as a person. Me being self-aware, I know that I'm very like self-distracted. I have ADHD. I cannot focus. I forget what I need to do. I won't get things done. I had to make a to-do list. I had to make some sort of, not necessarily a time schedule, but a list of shit I need to get done that day. So I'd wake up early in the morning. You know, I'd eat my breakfast, whatever. I'd hit the gym. I might read a book for a little bit. And then it was like, all right, here's my to-do list. All of this gets done today. And one of the things I did.
Yeah, you didn't block out time, though, for
each
task. You're like, yo, I'm getting all this done.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'd have a goal like, hey, I want by at least this time, I'll try to get everything done. But I would do things a little bit differently. So maybe this is a tip of advice that you guys might be able to try. It might work for you, might not. But I've seen a lot of people have a lot of success with it, was that I would put my to-do list for the entire week for the day. So, because here's why. If I was like, all right, I just need to do these 5 things today. Like, these are the absolute 5 things I really need to do today. Then I might be like, oh, I only got like 2 more things. I'm just going to chill for a little bit. I'm just going to do this for a little bit. And then I might come up short because like some shit that wasn't supposed to happen happens because like Jeff said, things happen. You don't have full control of everything that happens in your life, right? But you do have control of how you react to it. So if I put like 30 things on my list, then I would do 10. Let's say I do 10 today and I have 20 left. Well, then I put those 20 on my list for tomorrow. But what that means is that now I got like 10 done when if I only would have put maybe like 5 or 6, I might have only got like 3 done. So again, I kind of, when I used to do a schedule / to-do list, I'll just swamp it with, you know, things I need to get done within this week, within this month, and try to just execute, you know, time after time after time. And it allowed me to have that laser focus, allowed me to have that tunnel vision, allowed me to cut out the distractions because I knew I had so much stuff I had to get done. And I'd kind of beat myself up a little bit, just a tiny bit. You know, if I didn't get it done, I was like, oh man, I got to get more done tomorrow. And really, I was kind of doing it was tricking my mind into thinking I wasn't being productive enough. I needed to work harder. I needed to focus more. Right. This is what I did during my, 90-day blitz, 75-day blitz. I needed to do more, right, to get to that next level. And that allowed me to do that jump from 5 figures a month to 6 figure months because my productivity level was a lot higher than it would have been otherwise.
So guys, throughout the next 6 to 12 months, you guys are learning from us. You guys are, mastering things with us. You guys are becoming our mentees and following our footsteps. I'm just going to be so blunt with you right now. I am not your mom. I don't care if you quit. I would prefer if you didn't. I don't care if you quit. I'm not here to inspire you. I'm not here to, make you feel better about yourself, about where you're at right now. And I might sometimes with some philosophies where I say it takes time, so don't feel bad if you're sucking in the beginning. That's reality. But I'm not going to say, hey, you're 12 months in and you didn't work your ass off. It's all right, bro. You still have another 12 months. In reality, you need to start getting pissed at yourself. I'm not going to be your mom.
We're going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
So this comment, when you've tried everything and still don't get results, how do you get yourself back on track? Obviously, if you have no results, you've not tried everything. Stop telling yourself lies, man. Right? I'm going to start being that guy that's just honest with you guys because you need to hear it. I'm going to let my results, my empire I've created in my life inspire you. You can't get inspired by that. You can't get inspired by freedom. Nothing I say is going to do it. I'm not here to make you feel better. So just understand that.
Big facts.
Yeah, it's just the truth. It's just the truth. So, at the end of the day, guys, this is all up to you. If you guys ride with us, you guys put in the time we are live with you, like right now, I promise you guys will change your mindset. Eventually, we're going to give you guys We're probably gonna start separating people by, different things. We're gonna make multiple group chats. We'll go live at different times. It's not going to only be on Saturdays we go live. We might do Instagram lives randomly through the day. And if you guys could jump on, that's dope. Hang out with us. Hang out with our coaches. Hang out with our mentors. And I'm excited for that.
Glad everybody's okay with us being raw.
Yeah, I'm literally not here. I don't care to hold your guys' hand. Like, it's just not my intention, nor do I just don't want to do it. Like, it's not my job to babysit anyone. And for all of you guys in here, just understand that. Just say, hey, I'm going to respect, when I was in jiu-jitsu, my professors did not call me and be like, are you at training today?
Right.
I showed up every fucking day by my own due diligence because they inspired me and the things I could have inspired me.
Right.
I showed up and I trained every single day until I lost my wave of momentum. And instead of doing what I should have done, rebuilding everything, I quit. So take that lesson. Don't let yourself have that same lesson. Just learn it from me. Learn it from what I'm saying. But yeah, that's the truth. I got inspired by my coaches. I showed up every day. I put in the work. They told me and put me in the right direction. That's all we're doing here. We're giving you guys the foundations. Master them, right? Get off this call. Think about it. Think about what you're doing wrong. Just literally sit for 3 hours and brainstorm. Figure out what you're doing wrong with your life. Figure out what's holding you back. Figure out if you think you've tried everything. Sit down and see what haven't I tried. Not I've tried everything.
Right. You guys have to understand.
You guys shut down your heads and it's not going to work.
You guys have to understand that the reason where you are right now is because every single action you've done in your life has built up to who you are today. So the reason why Jeff and I and our friends are where we are today is because the actions that we did got us there. The consistent actions, right? The actions where we adapted to the market, right? Like the things we've done, like we're not here just by the grace of fucking God. Like we're here because we did the right things at the right time and in the right places with the right people. And that's where we are today. So when he's saying like sit down and really brainstorm, think about all the shit you've done that is the reason why you are where you're at today.
Just be honest. And that's how you get to that next level.
You partying too much? Or you spend too much time looking at memes? Are you're not going out and networking? Have you not invested enough into yourself? Or you're like, what is it?
Once a month, Josh and I go and we sit down and get food, and we sit down for like 30 minutes and then just roast each other. I'm like, yo, dude, this is probably what you're doing that's holding you back from this numbers. And he's like, well, man, you're probably sleeping in maybe an hour too late, or you're hanging out with people too much, or whatever it is. You're not treating this employee right. You're not managing this person right. Josh, you're spending too much time on Instagram looking at memes. Stuff like that can relate to you guys. You guys might be playing too much video games. Cut it out. I can't count, honestly, though. I cannot count the amount of times I sold an Xbox in my life because I lost waves of momentum and I rebought it. So when I was a kid, I would be training jiu-jitsu and I would get a good wave of momentum and I'd win my first tournament and I would be like, I'm done playing Xbox mid-wave, and I'd sell it. And then like things would get shitty. I would stop progressing. And I'd be like, oh, I'm just going to play Xbox. I'm going to go buy another one. I did that like 7 times through like age 15 to 18. So it's just honest. All right, guys. I think we're going to end up closing it out for tonight. I had a good time. I think you guys honestly got a good idea of what this program is going to be about. It's just going to be about us helping you guys transform that life. And it's not going to just be these live calls. I want these live calls to be a little more interactive, and we will have more intense structured content coming out as a curriculum in the actual back office with videos. You guys can watch them whenever. But the most important thing is you guys are on here every Saturday or every other Saturday, depending on when we send the schedule out. Spend 2 hours with us. You guys are spending, 8 hours a week watching TV, but you won't spend 2 hours with 7-figure earners, entrepreneurs. If I could spend 40 hours a week with Elon Musk, you bet my ass I would be doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
So guys, I had an awesome time hanging out with you guys. Also, we will be doing a bi-monthly? Is that every 2 months?
Every 2 months? Yeah.
Bi-monthly meetup or something. Twice a month?
Meetup.
Bi-monthly.
What would be every 2 months? All right. Every other month, we're probably going to do a meetup somewhere. So this will go on for the next 2 years. So for example, the first meetup will be LA. We'll just get an event and everyone will be a networking event / small training. I'll invite people that I think can help you guys learn, people you guys can network with. And, whether they're in e-commerce, whether they're in real estate, whether they're car salesmen that are making, half $500,000, doesn't matter. We're going to be doing it in like LA. We're going to do it in Vegas, Houston. And so you guys will have the chance
New York, Chicago.
In this course, right? We're going to do Miami. You guys will have the ability, which I bet no other entrepreneur that's ever done a mentorship, inner circle course has done, to actually hang out with us, hang out with my team, hang out with my coaches, hang out with the people that I believe in, and learn from them in person, and build a connection with them, and maybe possibly even do business with one of us one day. This is the only way you're going to be able to do that. So we'll be doing that every other month or every 3 months, and it'll be really fun. I hope you guys get excited about that. Also, like Josh said in the beginning, somebody will get flown out. Probably we'll pick a winner in like 30 days based on like attendance and a bunch of random facts.
Right.
This is cool. For example, everyone's saying do NorCal, do Myrtle Beach. We're going to do the big cities so it's easier for everyone, all right? So if you guys are in California, just
Make
be
the
prepared.
investment.
Just drive 4 hours to come to LA or, it doesn't matter. Cool. I'm stoked. I'm happy, guys. Josh, say your final words.
Yeah, guys, again, that's pretty much it. I want you guys, obviously, I'm gonna be dead honest with you guys. 90% of you guys might not even be here watching us in 2 months. I hope to God that that's not the case, but you can't, like a lot of you guys are just gonna you're fired up right now in the moment, but you have to realize, like, what are you doing when you're not fucking fired up? Are you still busting your ass when you're not fired up? Are you still implementing these things that we're teaching you when you're not fired up? So again, that's where discipline comes in the role. And we're gonna, we're gonna do our part. We're gonna give you guys 110 fucking %. So it's up to you to give us 100% back, right? 110% back. If you don't, well, you're not gonna get the results. You can't do the bare minimum, expect to get maximum results. We're gonna do the maximum that we need to do for this, that we promised you guys that we're gonna do. And if you guys do it, you're gonna get results. You're gonna see progress. You're gonna level up. You're gonna become a better person. You're gonna make more money. Again, but you guys have to do the things that we talk about, right? So if you need to watch the video multiple times, watch the video. If you need to take notes, take notes. But you need to consciously act, and actively do the things that we talk about, or it's really gonna be pointless, dude. I don't want to,
Yeah, we're just blowing smoke out of our mouth at that point.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest, and everyone right now, every fucking single one of you guys right now is like, that's not gonna be me. I'm gonna be the one that stays. I'm not gonna that 90% that drops off.
I'm gonna be a success story of your guys' inner circle.
Everybody fucking says it. I see it over and over and over and over. I've been in this game for about 3 years, right? And over 3 years, I literally have seen so many people say that shit, and then they literally disappear. So I'm telling you guys that right now, like, that's a warning. I'm not putting out bad energy. I'm not saying I want that to be you, but like, I actually need you guys to become disciplined, to do the things you need to do, so that you don't become the statistic, right? And you become one of the, phenoms, one of the success stories, because like, I remember what you told me in Puerto Vallarta. So check this out, guys. Like I said, when I met Jeff, dude, he was making a lot more money than me. He's been in the game years longer than me. And this is what Jeff told me. We were watching a movie one time, the movie Limitless. And there's a scene, there's Maserati driving. And we were like, dude, where's that? Like, what city is that? And that's an amazing looking city. That city is like crazy. So we Google it. It's called Puerto Vallarta, right? It's a city in Mexico, famous tourist spot. And we're like, and
I have no idea what you're about to talk about.
Well,
I'm curious. I'm curious.
This, he probably doesn't remember it because it wasn't a big deal to him, but it was a pretty big deal to me, right? Because like I said, I looked up to Jeff. He was making a lot more money when I first got started. But within about 5 minutes of watching and figuring out that scene where it was at, we booked an Airbnb and we booked our flights. So one, I want to show you guys, I want to inspire you guys and say, hey, that's what time freedom does. That's what, learning these things helps you be able to do, right? So we had the time freedom, we had the financial freedom to book this spot within 5 minutes of seeing it and go there and be there within a week from there, right? But I remember we had this, this tall mansion with a like beach view. You can see the entire city, right? And I remember I'm sitting there, laying on the hammock, and I'm talking to Jeff. He's sitting on a chair. He goes, what's crazy, bro? I'm like, what? He's like, you're one of the only persons that actually ever messaged me like on Instagram or Facebook and said, like, hey, dude, I'm actually gonna like be that next success story. I'm actually gonna be that next 6-7 figure earner. I'm actually gonna be like killing it. And you're the only fucking one who actually did it. He's like, I got that message all the time from people.
I still get that message.
Yeah. He's like, but you actually did it. And like, now we're like in Mexico, like travel the world, and like roommates. Like, he's like, that's crazy, man. And like,
I want the same thing for all of you guys.
100%. But like, when I read that, I was just like, well, dude, like, why would I not do it? Like, I'm meant to win. I'm meant to be like, that's who I'm going to be. I'm going to be somebody that wins. I'm going to be somebody that next level lifestyle. And we want you guys to develop that belief level, develop that, mindset to make that shit happen. And, and I hope that inspires you. And I really hope that, when you guys say that, hey, I'm gonna be the next person, that kind of story actually is a reality for you. Right.
Cool.
So that's pretty much it.
Guys, welcome to the Inner Circle. I'm stoked. Hope you guys give us your 100% so we can give you our 200%. I hope you guys come to these live calls, do your best. Don't give up if you guys don't see results in 1 month. Also, don't trip out about a monthly cost or something. You guys got to realize that being able to sacrifice and invest in yourself is something huge. And it allows us to spend this amount of time with you guys and develop this much energy into what we're doing. And this is literally just a side thing we're doing because of the ridiculous amount of messages I get. Like it's like, I think 100 messages, 200 messages a week of people saying, hey, can you mentor me? How do you make money online? So again, I'm going to re-say everything before our camera's about to die. But I'm going to re-say everything I said in the beginning. Listen, this course is going to be about a few things. It's going to be about fixing your cognitive framing, right? The things we went over today are more cognitive framing things. So what is that? Mindset. That's things about momentum. That's things about understanding winning, how to think about money, how to think about friends, how to not get unmotivated. Those things are all mindset, and they play a huge part because emotions make us human. Understand that emotions will help you make money. Some people say emotions shouldn't be in business. Well, it's like sometimes emotions help you do much better as long as they're not negative ones. So learn to control your emotions. Second thing we're going to do is we're going to teach you about business models. So for those of you that are like, I don't know which business I want to be in, what Josh and I are going to do and the team's going to do is we're going to break down at least probably like 50 different business models over the next few months. And we're going to make long, detailed pro and con videos on them so you guys can make an educated decision on what business you want to be in. We'll have advanced business building. So if you're already doing Shopify, we can have someone advanced come in and teach you some of the secrets. And we can do that multiple times with multiple different people. So you guys can get a broad spectrum of, if you guys are real estate entrepreneurs, you guys are, running a car dealership, we can bring people in from everywhere. If you guys want to be famous personal trainers selling programs online or being a personal trainer to celebrities, I have people that are my friends that do that exact job. So I almost have someone that'll relate to all of you. So we're going to put all that into another category of this, along with our curriculum for running a business. That's going to be huge. Employing people, how to set up a corporation, taxes. For example, Nick just flew to, where is it? San Fran, somewhere up there, Sacramento, and he talked to this guy who is a entrepreneur business guy, a tax guy for specifically entrepreneurs and those style of businesses. And he asked them like 30 questions. So we can get him down here, and he's a brilliant guy, knows all the tax loopholes for those of you that are making that money. This course is going to go over everything. So, I hope you guys are stoked. I hope you guys are excited. And I hope you guys are just ready to learn and give us your all.
And one last thing, guys, make sure to check your emails, check the Telegram, check the Facebook group.
Make sure you're in everything.
And make sure you're tuned in. We're going to be sending you guys a link to opt in to the Facebook Messenger. This way you guys can get notified via Facebook instantly whenever we do something. It'll be a lot easier for us to get in touch with you guys. So that will be going out within the next couple hours or 24 hours at least. And real quick, I want you guys to go on Bunt's Instagram. I want you guys to go on my Instagram. Let everybody know how fired up you are. Comment on the last photo, how fired up you are to be part of the inner circle. That way we can connect with you guys, see who you guys are, start recognizing your guys' Instagram names. Just go ahead, comment, say what value you got out of this call, why you're excited. And that's it. I hope we see you guys soon.
Someone said, from 6 to 12 months from now, will we still have access to everything in the back office? Yes, sir. It's for life. As long as our website doesn't.
We're going to be doing this, guys. As long as you guys are still involved, we're still going to be doing this. So when we say 6 to 12 months, the reason we say 6 to 12 months is because that's how long we personally think it's going to take for you to actually see a huge, massive change in your life.
And some people are saying I'm uninspired or whatever. I'm going to end this with this note, guys. If you're feeling uninspired, let our results and let the things we're going to teach you and let the fact that you guys are this close, where we just did a small 2-hour, is it 2 hours? Yeah. It's right under 2 hours. We just did 2 hours with you guys live, right? We did it. I want you guys to understand that you should be motivated. You guys should be inspired by the fact that you guys can now be this close to people doing it. And if not, you guys can just be this, thankful that people like this, like if I was 18 with the drive I had again, and the mentality I have to win, and I had a program like this with the things I'm going to drop, exactly what I should have known about how to deal with, fake friends and how to deal with fake business partners and how to get out of bad situations. All of those things are things that you learn with experience, and I'm going to try to do my best to save you trouble from. So just understand that you guys are going to get personal access to me like every week, every 2 weeks, to Josh, to Nick. Nick, come say bye, by the way. And I think that's worth $1,000 a month, if not 10,000. Just saying. But yeah, so Nick, come say bye.
Hey, I hope you guys had a great call tonight. I hope those videos that are in the back office already have helped you out. I've seen the comments that come through. So I've commented back to some of you guys, and I'm glad you guys are putting feedback. Some of you guys are just summarizing the videos. Some of you are saying how it helped you. And that's awesome. The feedback that you guys give, allows us to create
For sure.
content that's better for you and what you need. Because we've done certain steps, and some steps in business we may not have done for like a while. So the more feedback you give to us, the better we can make the training and the better we can bring in experts in particular fields. So like example, Jeff just gave accounting. Like I do a lot of accounting, but I'm still not a CPA. So I consult with, CPAs for taxes, attorneys for legal things and all of that. So
also, for example, Nick and I's relationship is he was one of my first students, and then he had an opposite set of skill set that I just didn't have, and I didn't want to have, honestly. And that's why him and I partnered up, and now he's partnered with a lot of different businesses with me, and he does his own businesses as well. So another thing that is important to know and that we're specifically going to teach is knowing what type of entrepreneur you are. Like, what position do you fill in a company?
Yeah, in the video that I put in there with the partners is, don't just get a business partner to get a business partner. Like, that's kind of stupid. Why would you spread it? But then we realized there were certain things that you didn't like to do that I like to do.
Yeah.
And so that's why it worked for us. It wasn't that, hey, I just feel like having someone else around. It was
it's not an insecurity thing.
Yeah, it was like, I don't feel like doing these parts of the business. I like doing those parts of the business, so let's make it happen.
Yeah, it's definitely don't get a business partner based on an insecurity of feeling alone. That is a number one road to failure. If you get a business partner, I say always stay solo until you find a partner that fixes flaws, for sure. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Peace. I hope you guys have an amazing time. I don't know how to end this call.
Have a good night.
See you next Saturday. And peace.